Okay, hi. So now we're back. The red velvet cakes are in the oven and they just smell fantastic. I've taken the time to clean up the shelf here a little bit and get ready for the frosting. The frosting is a quick and easy process. It literally is 16 ounces of cream cheese and it needs to be at room temperature. Each one of these is 8 ounces, so I know I could just fleck them in there. Well, I thought they would come out, but now that they're at room temperature, they don't really want to come out. They would have come out on their own, but yeah, not now. At room temperature, the answer is no, they don't want to. This is a really quick, it only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients, really quick and easy. Get some corners maybe with this to get it all in there. You can buy 16-ounce tubs, by the way. I tend to buy them in 4 or 8, usually 8. I do buy 4 once in a while, but usually 8s because most things take 8 ounces. And then here's the other one, and I might as well just do it this way on this one. Make it any easier. Again, everything's at room temperature because they said that they mix together better once they're at room temperature. Butter has to be room temperature anyways because it has to be softened. The cream cheese has to be room temperature because that has to be softened, because if you've never tried to make something with hard cream cheese or hard butter, it's not happening. And by the way, do not microwave your butter. If your butter is hard, then wait to make whatever you're making later on when it's been softened, because you don't want to use, there's recipes where it takes softened butter and then they mean softened, not, by all means, not melted. Okay, so I need 3/4 of a cup of softened butter. So do the math, people. You know that 1 stick happens to be a 1/2 cup, and another 1/2 stick is 1/4, so 1.5 cups. 1/4 is 3/4. So there you go. Again, we're making the point for math is good. We all need to remember our math. Okay, in we go. So, and I'm locking it in place there, because we all know what happens when we don't lock it in place. And there we go. And we're going to just get it all very well mixed. If you want to come over here and see what it looks like, they've got to be well mixed together. And definitely you can be vigorous with it for sure. Medium high speed, so that's about right. You probably have it a little more than you would have normally. Yep, that for sure is good. Okay. See, you can't tell. You can't see the white of where the cream cheese was. It all kind of looks yellow like it was butter. That means it's well mixed. I'm gonna, again, let's get this, okay, off of here. And I love my spoonulus, but this one's so big I can't get it underneath here and manipulate it like I want, so a lot of food's getting stuck on here. Okay, now we're going to, I gotta wash my hands. Now we are going to incorporate, or add, I should say, there's going to be 5, and I'm going to take this off of here to do it because I don't want to. It's going to be 5 1/2 cups of confectionery sugar, which I already, for time saver, so we don't have to sit here and watch me measure it out. I put it already in a bowl. And it's going to be 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla. This is a 1 1/2 teaspoon measurement. So I have really cool measuring things. I have the in-betweens. I have a lot of cool stuff I work with. There you go. And a pinch of salt. Still got food coloring stuck in my hand no matter how many times I've washed it. There's my pinch of salt. Okay, so, and then we're just gonna keep mixing that up until it becomes the consistency that we need. We're gonna start really slow so we don't fly our confectionery sugar everywhere. Oh, I probably, oh, see, it did happen already. Boo, I should have probably done it with the other mixer so I could have controlled it. But it said it could be the standalone mixer, so I'm trying to, it said to put it all in at once too, so maybe I should have done a little at a time. First time making this one, so don't know. I'm gonna take my time here, take my time. go. Have that one little spillage. We're good. Just going to keep letting it incorporate. And literally, we are going to let this happen like this until it gets all mixed together. About 2 minutes. I mean, this is 30 seconds, this part. And you can see it's all mixed together, right? I'm going to lift it up for you to see. Okay. Once you've got it like this, then you're going to increase the speed and beat it for like 3 minutes. I think what I'm going to do though, I'm going to take the time to kick some of this off of here. I don't want this to get stuck and not get mixed in. I feel like that's the same stuff that's been on there a while. I don't know about you guys, but I sort of do feel like it hasn't been incorporated yet. There we go. So we're going to work on this a little bit, then we're going to let it go for 3 minutes. Now, it's going to be when I'm done, because you don't want to probably watch it mix for 3 minutes, but are you okay for 3 minutes, Tim? Yes, no? Leaning up against the counter, tired as can be. You're such a good man to do this for me. So just a couple more minutes, I'll show you what it's going to look like. Now when we're done beating this for a few minutes, for 3 at the most, when we're done doing this, if your frosting is too runny, add in a little bit more confectioner's sugar and keep beating. If your frosting is a little too sweet, add in another pinch of salt because that helps with the sweetness. And we only start with a pinch just so that it's not super sweet to begin with. There's always those little tricks. If it's too much because you forgot when you're measuring, this cake needs you to make sure you do your 1 cup and then you use your finger to make sure that it doesn't have any heaped over in your 1 cup. This isn't a generous 1 cup. This is a 1 cup and you're making sure it's exactly and you're adding it in here. But if you've been a little lackadaisy and you put too much in there, it's going to be a little too thick. And if it's a little too thick, you can always add a smidge of milk to back it off, even though we didn't use milk in the butter there. I mean the milk in this, you can always back it off with, you know, a few drops of milk at a time. But if it's too sweet, you can add another pinch of salt. If it's too runny, you just start with maybe a tablespoon or more of more confectionery sugar at a time. And it's almost done, but for the interest of poor Tim, who really needs to go rest, this is basically what it's going to look like. That's it. Look how wonderful it is. I'm going to give it another minute of beating, but that's your frosting. And look how wonderful it is. We're not going to have to add anything. It's the right consistency to be able to do 2 layers of a cake. So when that cake comes out, it's cooking for it's on 350 for 32 minutes, something like that. 32 I think is what I put it on. And it's going to come out. I'm going to run as I always do in my cakes and my breads, run a toothpick down the center. If it comes out clean, you're done. If it comes out with any wet or anything in it, put it back in for a couple of minutes here and there. And then you're going to invert it, put it on a cooling rack like this until it's completely cool. Now my client's coming first thing in the morning tomorrow, so what I'm going to do to keep all this fresh for the night, because she's coming so early tomorrow, is I'm going to, once it's completely cool, I'm going to tightly wrap them in tin foil, and I'm going to put them in a place where they will stay fresh, and the frosting as well. And then first thing in the morning, I'm going to take them out, bring them back to room temperature, and then I'm going to frost the cake for her to take with her, and it's going to be gorgeous. See, we invert the cake on here once it's had, you know, it comes out of the oven. You invert it on here, you peel the backing off that parchment paper and then flip it again because you want that pretty top. And then once tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up, like I said, bring them both back to room temperature, and I'm going to frost it in a 2-layer with frosting all over. This is one where it's not in a sheet pan, so you want to make sure you frost all the side, which I can't show you today because I'm not doing it. If I was frosting it with you, I'd be showing you how to frost it completely. But frost it all around the sides, all around the top, good ample amount in the middle, so don't be skimpy in the middle. And it's going to be a beautiful cake. If I remember, I'll try to take a picture of it tomorrow before I send it off. And I hope this person, happy birthday to her, and I hope she lets me know how it tastes, because this could be a really fun thing to put in our repertoire. So thank you very much. This has been fun. Bye.